Here we are again. It's been another week since I've been away, and the old wisterias started to grow. You see, with all the warm weather, things have exploded even more. However, the strong winds have created some damage. The sunflowers seem to be okay, but the courgettes not doing that so good at the moment. Everything seems to be going really fast. The lawn has grown so much, and that's not been cut for 3 weeks, maybe 4. However, the fig must like the extra water, because the fig crop is coming on in leaps and bounds. The giant comfrey, the lemon balm, and the soapwort getting on really well. Potatoes are planted, they're coming along, and fruit on the apple tree is probably ready for the June drop. Not seen apples fallen yet, but maybe soon. Crab apple looks to have a good crop on this year. Peach tree suffering even more dieback than the leaf peach curl. However, trees have their own way. Developing more, and the peach crop is less than last year. It seems to be. We'll still have a few fruit this year. Moving further down, the pond area, wildlife area, is living up to its name. You literally cannot see 1 month with so much rain, and it's almost impossible to see where the ponds are. Giant gunner in the background with so much rain, it's looking good. Shading out the acer, we'll have to chop some back. I think a day just chopping back this area where the raspberries are, although none of the raspberries have come in, even though we're late in the season for early raspberries. On the 22nd of June, as you can see, the wind is horrendous. It's done a lot of damage this year. Greenhouse looking okay. A few plants need to pot on, a little bit late. Peas are looking good. However, this year, last year, these the green beans would have been twice this high, and many of them have just died. I think it's just the wind raging. It's just they just can't cope with it. Potatoes seem to be okay. The leeks are going to seed, and again, it could be the length of rain, who knows. However, some things are doing quite well. Potatoes in the shade of the greenhouse, the courgettes in the background, the other crops looking quite good. The fruit that's now mingled in set really well, and the gooseberries mingled in with everything else. I think it's difficult for some of the plants to see. Some trimming on the hazelnut. Some wind damage on the rest of the other trees. Inside the fruit cage, we have gooseberries looking good. Red currants slightly just starting to turn red, and the black currants a little bit difficult to see from here. Moving down, an area that wasn't planted, shows you how quickly it reverts. At the end of the day, the foxwoods still look fantastic. The apple trees over there. This area again, 1 month with nothing at all. From up in Seakyke in Scotland, right for the GMB Congress. We have a small courgette. It's holding its own, but with the temperatures and wind, it's not really growing as you would expect at this time of year. Some of the weeds, however, are doing very well. Big cat. And then we have artichokes at that end, and again not doing as well as we would expected. More comfrey, lots of timber to store up for the wood burning stove, some polypipe for the greenhouse later on, more timber. Surprisingly enough, since we now have the new waterbutt system with much more storage than we've had previously, everything is full, as you'd expect with the amount of rain. Even buckets that are standing are now filling with water. Some of the plants which should have been put in before now haven't been. Greenhouse, well, things aren't doing too badly. A little bit warm. I think we'll leave this open. Entering in, the grapevine looks fantastic. Temperature in here is far too warm, should have opened it earlier. But the grapevine is fantastic. Tomato plants look good. Courgettes are coming along nicely. This cut and come lettuce, I think needs cutting, but there's lots of other plants that need to be transplanted out. The peas in the background, which were earlies, I've got quite a few peas on now, and I need to sort those out today. And the tomatoes need to be potted on. Some of the tomatoes here are looking bedraggled. Again, some strawberries have fruited quite nicely. All in all, it's not too bad. There's the pea tree, and that's his counterpart. Need a male and a female to produce a crop. Unfortunately, until they grow, we won't know which are which. I could have 2 males, 2 females, or 1 of each, hopefully. Onions seem to be okay. Beetroot, self-set, more beetroot. Garlic, it's okay, but again it's been ravaged by the winds. Potatoes from last year have re-sprouted. You always miss a few. Keep taking those out. That's the worst area. I've got a huge amount, probably a couple of hours work to get that back under control, but all in all, for a garden that's been left for over a month, once the structure's in place, it moves on. This is a kiwi, which seems to be doing